Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the September 10th, 2024 edition of our pre-market prep session. We started off the week hot yesterday with some beautiful gains on PLTR, Palantir call swings over the weekend as they were, announced to be included in the S&P 500. And then we've also got Apple puts that came through, which we discussed here yesterday live on the live stream, right? About how Apple typically will sell during the day of events, and it did exactly that yesterday, which we were able to capitalize off of, on the pop intraday on Apple, and then we sold back down to put in a new intraday low, and then we're waiting on Nvidia, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say that has pushed overnight here, headed into the morning. Yeah, Nvidia looking to open up green. So can't be mad at it. Nice start to the week, right? As always, we remain patient. Whether things go our way or don't go our way, you try and maintain that kind of gratitude yet emotional medium where you're still level-headed and making good decisions. And then you continue to plow forward, right? Continue to plow forward as we continue on this countdown to cuts. So what are we here to do? To get 1% better each and every day. How do we do that? We go over the important news, notes, and analysis that are key to understanding and processing markets effectively. And then we execute when necessary based off of opportunities that are presented to us. We don't force anything. There's plenty of times when everything is hitting in markets and you can just throw money out and it'll come back to you. And there's times you really got to earn it. You really got to buckle down. You got to work for it. You have to be disciplined for it. You got to execute when the timing's right. And that's the time that we're in now as we approach this, cut that happens on the 19th. We've got 9 days now, right? 9 days. We're down a single digit day countdown, and it'll be exciting, right? Things will heat up as we get closer and closer to this day. But let's dive into our top news here. As always, we're here to get 1% better. So make sure you reflect that with your intention of being here today by putting that one in the chat. It's the little things. It's always the little things that matter the most. And oftentimes we have like a lot of resistance that comes from nowhere when it comes to getting the little things done. We think we're above it. We think they don't matter. We have some sort of resentment, oftentimes toward ourselves, that blocks us from doing what we need to do in order to win or in order to just take that next step forward. And once you start doing them, and you buy in and you put down that resistance and you put confidence in yourself, and you start moving with intention, being places for a reason, you'll notice, sweeping changes happen all across your life because we really are, the energy that we put out is what we get back. So whenever I go about moving with intention and really making sure that I let the whole world, the whole environment around me know what I'm there for, right? I'm here and I'm here to win. I'm here and I'm here to learn. I'm not here to be silent and then hopefully win and then still be silent and then still have low self-confidence and then still not believe that I'm the person that I want to be, right? That happens by actively proclaiming it and then you walking in it behind that, right? So make sure you do that this morning. I've had a great morning thus far, looking to continue that and parlay that into an amazing Tuesday. And if you didn't have a great Monday, you still got the majority of the week ahead. So don't let one crusty day throw off the rest of your week. Top news here, the C-suite. The numbers don't lie. Goldman Sachs is warning of some trouble for the third quarter after witnessing a strong rebound in the first half of the year. The storied investment bank sees trading revenue heading for a 10% decline due to difficult fixed income conditions and year-over-year comparisons, while it is also preparing to take a $400 million pre-tax hit related to its costly exit from the consumer arena. Now, bigger picture, before embarking on a turnaround, Goldman closed out a difficult 2023 after profits fell by nearly a third from the prior year. It stemmed from a slump in investment banking deals and earlier write-offs surrounding its Marcus consumer banking franchise, which resulted in some high-profile departures from the firm. There was even a point where whispers that CEO David Solomon was on his way out. Oh, wow, there were whispers he was leaving. But those rumors have since cooled as he approaches his 6 years in the top spot. First, pivoting away from its consumer business, Goldman eventually decided to nix it entirely. It was an expensive endeavor that saw it record billions of dollars in losses and abandon other mass products like its financial planning unit, online lending service Green Sky, and its partnership with the Apple Card. That led to many questions about leadership as well as effective collaboration and communication within the organization. So what do we learn here, right? Because you're like, oh, I don't care about this news. I don't own Goldman. I don't this. I don't that. You will sometimes embark on endeavors, multiple endeavors, and them not work. But at the end of the day, Goldman learned a lot more executing on these things and them not working than them sitting there and doing nothing and wondering if it ever would have been the thing. So that's my thought process here. And there's going to be market news where you hear it, and it's not going to be stuff that you make trades based off of, but it's going to be stuff that helps enrich you as a human. Because for some reason we think we are just absolute dog water if we aren't perfect. But all of these companies and all of these people that you think are amazing and infallible and untouchable, and they only make all the right moves. In fact, all they do is make so many moves, they rule out the wrong ones and narrow down closer toward the right ones. But all these companies make billion-dollar mistakes, billion-dollar mistakes. So you doing something that costs you $100 or $150 or 2 grand or 5 grand, and you're like, oh my God, the world is over. The world isn't over for these companies that cost billions, right? As long as you've got breath in your lungs, it's not over. So don't ever let, a loss or a misstep become so large in your head that you can't recover, because there is nothing that happens that's that big as long as you're still alive that you cannot recover from. And that's what this, whole Goldman, I guess, pivot says to me, because you can go through and, their whole consumer business essentially failed, and what is Goldman doing? Still standing. Even the CEO is still there. So what's next? Things at the bank now seem to have stabilized after doing too much too quickly. Goldman's core global banking and markets, or GBM division, has topped the market share of its rivals, while the bank has seen strong growth within its asset and wealth management unit. That appears to have kept Solomon, who is known for his brash attitude, at the top, with the stock advancing 130% since he took the helm in October 2018. So looks like he'll continue to sit on top for now, and we'll see, how things develop here with Goldman Sachs. I'd say our biggest move in the realm of finance and whatnot has been Visa for sure, which I called out a number of weeks ago as my favorite leap slash long swing moving forward. And Visa has done great work for us. We hit that price target number 1 on our big old monthly bull flag yesterday. So that was just another thing that made it a great Monday, finally being able to chop some profit off of Visa. Um, just a straight up great swing trade, which you got to appreciate. There's something great about getting into something and it doesn't pay you immediately, but you have faith in the analysis, you hold, you make it work, and it made its way up bit by bit. It wasn't a rocket, it was just consistently day after day, higher, 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 and then boom, we hit our price target and we out. Now, tech news, AI phone. Apple unveiled several new products on Monday at its highly anticipated Glow Time event, but it did little to excite investors as shares ended the day unchanged. Seeking Alpha analysts also discussed whether the September event supercharged Apple's platform strategy or if it was lacking growth catalysts. The new iPhone 16 is designed for AI from the ground up and, quote, marks the beginning of a new exciting era, CEO Tim Cook declared. Overnight, Apple also lost an EU court battle in a long-standing 13 billion pound. I honestly always forget pound versus euros. Irish tax case. So that's not fun, but also Apple has more cash on hand than a lot of small countries. So I doubt that they're really reeling over this. And we'll see if they end up paying this 13 billion or not. Yeah, Apple ended the day flat yesterday. What's nice is that, again, if you can read charts, you caught that nice intraday drop. Um they paid nice on the put side, right? They paid nicely on the put side. So Apple ending up flat doesn't really mean anything as long as throughout the day with that, opening up and then we go down and then we go up and then we go back down. As long as you know what you're doing to leverage that movement, you only need one of those legs to make it a great day for yourself, and then you can, spend the rest of the day doing whatever else you want to do. So it is, fun, exciting stuff when it comes to what Apple does with this next iPhone and the AI phone. But we'll see kind of what comes of it, how it's received, et cetera, et cetera. This will probably be another one of those things that I let someone else deal with first, test out, And then I'll follow it up if it proves to be of some value. But just fun on the consumer tech side of things to hear, that something like the iPhone is getting that, because we all, could definitely. It's tough because you can see the bull case so easily, because there are some things that would be so nice to benefit from, like if you're looking for a specific picture or text or something from back in the day, or you wrote down a note, but you don't know what app it's in, is it in Google Docs, is it in Notes, all that stuff. Like, it would be very helpful if it actually made Siri useful, because she has been absolutely useless for upwards of the past 10 years. I feel like since she first dropped, probably those first 3, 4 years after that, it has been horrible, right? Siri is basically useless. So if this can help give her a bump too, I think that would be huge. But it also just opens you up to more privacy issues. And that's what's tough, is that anything that kind of makes your life easier also makes it less private. And that's kind of the thing, is for convenience, we consistently trade away just a little bit of our autonomy, um, which is difficult, but that's how society goes, right? In order to be a part of society, you can't just go and see someone with a car you want and erase them from existence. You'll face repercussions. Well, for that exact same reason is why you can't go around just doing whatever you want. So there's an exchange of liberties that's involved, and it's all with what you're comfortable with. But I just feel like the same way about, kind of my information as I did in the past. I feel like if somebody wants it, it's out there. Like, there is some crusty, pediatrician that I went to that has absolutely no type of cybersecurity, and that info probably leaked a while ago. Um, it's just an unfortunate side effect of being alive nowadays, is that your data somewhere out there. Will this open it up for people to access it? Who knows? Who knows if it does it any more so than it already is? Trade news, supply shift. Taiwan's exports rose to a new record high of 43.6 billion in August, as the artificial intelligence boom continues to fuel demand for semiconductor equipment. Exports to the U.S. surged about 79% to an all-time high of $11.9 billion, surpassing the previous record for shipments to Taiwan's largest trading partner, China, and underscoring the major shift in Asian supply chains. Taiwan's finance ministry expects total exports to steadily advance in the second half of the year, helped by the peak export season and continued AI-related demand. Now, in terms of the economy, the debate stage, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are set to face off in their first presidential debate tonight, and the high-stakes showdown could dictate which candidate can secure a lead in the tight contest. The debate will also give the candidates a chance to detail their widely contrasting plans to the economy, which might be the biggest issue on the minds of American voters. While analysts have given their takes on how each candidate's plans would impact the economy and the deficit, Oppenheimer has published its 2024 U.S. election playbook, featuring its stock ideas, providing exposure to key policy proposals. Could be something that's fun to check out. Take a look at. Again, there's no resource that I get or that I see or that I'm exposed to that I immediately follow. You know, it's all pieces of information to take into consideration, but there's like no cure-all resource where it's like you see this and you're like, this is it. This is all I need. I'll just follow this to a T. That's lazy, right? Each and everything that you see, hear, right, understand is just a piece of a puzzle, right? That goes toward building a larger picture that you put together for yourself. Don't leave other people to put together a picture for you, or else it's susceptible to whatever their weak points are. So gather information from all over, right? Do your own research, learn how to do these deductions yourself, and it helps you out a lot, because you're not just fully exposed to any one methodology of thinking. In Asia, in terms of today's markets, Japan were down 0.2%, Hong Kong up 0.2, China up 0.3, India up 0.4, the FTSE in London down 0.6, Paris up 0.2, Frankfurt down 0.2, the Dow down 0.1, S&P down 0.1, Nasdaq down 0.2, crude down 1.1%, gold up 0.1%, Bitcoin up 3.5%. Nothing too important today on the economic calendar, I believe. Retail sales at 8:30, business inventories at 10. Yeah, no, nothing really important here. So we'll finish up with our rapid fire stock news rundown. Oracle in charts. Cloud services revenue rises 21% year over year. Under Armour slashes outlook on high restructuring costs. Under Armour's been struggling for a while. their ticker UAA. Norfolk Southern, ticker NSC, CEO expected to exit amid board probe. Eli Lilly, ticker LLY, taps veteran Lucas Montars as new finance chief. IBM goes all in on hybrid cloud, Gen AI, and M&A to drive growth. Starboard to News Corp and dual class structure. IPO roundup, Bacara, Kairos Pharma, and more. AWS CEO sees massive opportunity to expand cloud offerings. And then Citi pitches barbell strategy for mid-cap stocks along with Magnificent Seven. So that'll do it today, September 10th, 2024. Let's continue to get 1% better, right? We should be opening up the accounts to more gains, and just continuing to execute little by little, bit by bit. People don't understand how much the little things add up. You get a little 25% gain here, a little 30% gain here, a little 40% gain here, right? Even if it's on one contract, two contracts, right? You're doing your thing in order to tread water for the time that you have to tread water. That's what's important. There are times in markets where again you're just running it up, running it up, running it up, and there's times you're like, "Thank you, take my little crumbs here, right? Oh, I'll take this. Okay, nice. I'll grab that." And then suddenly you're like, "Wow, I've been still, getting a nice little boon for myself." So don't underestimate what you can do. Don't underestimate, what you can achieve and can accomplish even when you're out here playing light, making sure that you're managing risk. And let's continue on this countdown to cuts. 9 days out. I'm excited. Let's do this. Got the presidential debates tonight. I probably won't watch, but I'll see all the highlights in the morning, and I'm sure all you guys will keep me abreast via your social media posts. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll probably have a lot to talk about, laugh about, maybe even cry about. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you here tomorrow morning for our next pre-market prep session. Have a good one.